HIV affects thousands of Queenslanders, and the number is rising. Why? Well, part of the rise has to do with living with HIV and not knowing it. You see, some of us avoid getting tested and seeking treatment because of what other people may think, and this means it's more likely that the virus will spread. It's hard to believe, but there are still some unrealistic views of HIV out there. For starters, 45% of people still think HIV and AIDS are the same thing. And lots of people still think you can get HIV from kissing, sharing a drink, and donating or receiving blood. Even more startling is that 87% think people living with HIV are treated like outcasts. And nearly 50% of people wouldn't welcome someone with HIV into their family, do not want someone with HIV caring for their children, and wouldn't want to share a flat. But these are the facts.
We explain HIV and AIDS. The human immune system defends the body against illness all the time. It uses guards in the blood called T cells to recognize the intruders and destroy them. But instead of attacking the body, the human immune deficiency virus, or HIV, attacks those T cells themselves. It turns them into copy machines to make more copies of itself, then eventually kills the infected T cells. Without treatment, it takes 8 years on average for a person with HIV to develop AIDS, or acquired immune deficiency syndrome. By then, there aren't enough T cells to fight off various infections and disease. So it's not the virus directly, but the disease are eventually fatal. Humans first acquired HIV from blood contact with apes, and gradually transferred it to more people through unprotected sex, used syringes, and childbirth. AIDS remained undiscovered until a sudden outbreak among gay men in New York and San Francisco in 1981. Very quickly, people began developing the same unusual symptoms around the world. The patients suffered from a rare form of skin cancer, pneumonia, or thrush, and few survived. Prejudice against homosexuality made research funding hard to get. More and more people were getting sick. So what could be done? It became clear that the safe preventive measure was safe sex, as condoms kept the virus from infecting others. Additionally, blood banks started testing bloods, and new programs even distributed clean needles to drug users. Finally, in 1987, the first treatment against the virus was released. The medication still isn't a cure, but it keeps the virus from multiplying and destroying the host's immune system. By starting treatment early, people with HIV can live long and healthy lives. Unfortunately, many people lack access to medication, especially in sub-Saharan Africa. Over the last 30 years, about 36 million people have died, while 2 million more are infected each year. Scientists had made a lot of progress but are still looking for the cure. You too could help in the AIDS crisis. Play safe, get tested, donate to support research, prevention, and care, and spread the word.